Oh man, the Chicago Bears really got their ass kicked. Oh, wait until I fucking find that Cuboid Pro. I know he's been talking shit. Everybody's telling me. I hope this doesn't fuck up my fantasy league. Oh, there's that son of a bitch right there. Well, look who it is. I heard you've been talking shit, bro. Well, maybe I have been talking shit. You look a lot like me, and if I'm not mistaken, I came out before you. Those are fucking bullshit allegations, bro. I will fucking fight you right now. Bro, I would so love to fucking fight you. You lucky I don't have appendages. You got a point there. Ah, damn it. If only there was some dumbass on the internet that could compare us. What's going on there, YouTube?
Vaping with Twisted 420 has returned.
And we are back with a motherfucking showdown. A battle to the death, if you will. Today, people, we are pitting the Joyetech Cuboid Pro up against the Smoant Charon TS 218 watt. Oh yes, people, I've been wanting to do this, and we're gonna do it right. I thought about making it a two-part video, but what we're gonna do is compare these mods, pick a winner based on a few different categories that I decided, and then we're gonna do a torture test. I started to split it up into two videos, but I said, fuck it, all in one. So torture test coming up. I'm still waiting for daylight to come up. It's still dark outside, but torture test coming up. With these mods, I've done reviews on both of them. So all the detailed stuff is gonna be in each of their reviews. What we're gonna focus on is basically cliff notes. We're gonna give you the gist of what I'm thinking about here. That way we can get to the torture test a little bit quicker, if you know what I mean. Okay, so for people that don't know, these are two touchscreen dual 18650 temp control mods, okay? One goes to 200 watts, one goes to 218 watts. They're very similar. Same size screen, same dimensions basically. They just happen to do a few things different. And we're gonna discuss those differences starting now. Okay, people, and the first thing we're going to discuss is price, okay? At the most, I've seen this guy going for about 100 bucks, at the least around 70-ish. At the most, I've seen this thing going for about 70 or 80 bucks, at the least around 50-ish or 60-ish. It depends on where you look online. There's a lot of spots. So in regards to price, I gotta give it to the Smoant. Now real quick, both of these guys have very nice boards. Joyetech knows what they're doing, Smoant knows what they're doing. So as far as vape, both of them vape nice. I'm gonna call this a draw. Next thing we're gonna discuss is the screens. Now both of these feature the same resolution 2.4-inch screens. Now the Joyetech has a little bit more color and everything, but as far as brightness and size, I'm gonna say a draw on the screen. The next thing I want to discuss is the interface on both of these guys. Now I will say that the Joyetech is a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more buttons and sub-menus to dig through. With the Smoant, I mean, you hit one button and you got three options. Bam, you can go in there and tweak everything. So as far as interface goes, I'm gonna have to give it to the Smoant. Now let's discuss features. Being that these are very similar mods, the big difference is gonna be features. Now the Smoant, you got good features, TCR. You can do your temp curve and wattage curve, and you can do standard wattage, all the temp control, pretty standard stuff. You know, those are the main vaping features. But the Joyetech has a few more tricks up its sleeve because it allows you to do wallpapers, which I think is very cool. It comes preloaded with some wallpapers. You could go in there and add your own, maybe your loved one, your kids, whoever, I don't know. But I think it's very cool that you can do that. And you got a nice screensaver on the Joyetech, and you can pick different options. You can put up a wallpaper as your screensaver, you can put up an analog clock as your screensaver, and you can have a digital clock as your screensaver. I think that's pretty nifty, and those are some pretty neat features. Plus everything's all colorful and shit compared to this kind of grayscale situation going on the Smoant. So in regard to features, I gotta give it to the Joyetech. Now let's discuss battery tray compartments. That's right, people, the thing you gotta deal with at least once a day. Now, the Smoant has the back that pops off with the pull tab, and you pop your batteries in with the whole thing, the battery tray. Okay, that's fine. The Joyetech has that trap door style where it just pops open and you can pop your batteries in and out. I gotta say, it is much more convenient on the Joyetech to swap batteries, and you can get it done quicker. Therefore, when it comes to battery compartments, I gotta give this bitch to the Joyetech. All right, people, next up is the 510 connections. Now, I will be torture testing both of these 510s later on today. But as far as the 510s, they both seem solid. They're both spring-loaded. and both mods can accommodate up to a 25mm atomizer without overhang. So in regards to the 510 connection, it's gonna be a draw. All right, now let's discuss the locking feature, because that is very important when you're discussing touchscreen mods. Now, with the Smoant, you got this little silver button on the side, and you hold it down to set it up for lock, or hold it down to unlock it. And that's fine. I'm glad they got the extra button. It's cool that you can do that. But on many of the occasions, I didn't have it locked, and messing around, it ends up at 200 something watts, and I get a burnt Satan throat fuck all of a sudden. I don't like it. With the Joyetech, you can set it up with the Joyetech to where every time you get through messing with anything on the screen and you fire it, it automatically locks again, and then you got to swipe up to unlock it. I like that because it's kind of foolproof. You can still turn the lock on and off, but by default, with the lock on, it automatically just goes back to that every time you get through messing with the screen. So in regards to the lock feature, I got to give it to the Joyetech for keeping it safe, because I am an idiot and I fuck up a lot. So yeah, Joyetech's the winner on the lock function. Next thing we're going to discuss is color options. Now, I will say the Joyetech does come in many finishes. You can get this thing in a lot of different colors, but the Smoant, for one, has this sexy wood grain, which I've seen Joyetech do wood grain in the past, so they could have done it. But they got this sexy wood grain, they got camo, they got freaking prism rainbow action. In regards to color options, I gotta give it to the Smoant. All right, people. Now, there's a bunch of other different things you can discuss here, a lot of stuff you can go over, but the last thing we're gonna talk about is the fire button. Both of these guys have a fire button that's in a pretty similar location on the side. The Smoant does have a little bit of texture on it, and it is raised. Now, the Joyetech is smooth, but it does protrude a little bit, so it's not hard to find, and you don't have to hunt it down. And you also have the option of using the touchpad on the other side of the Joyetech if you wanted to do that. Now, the touchpad is not as big deal. It's kind of a gimmicky thing. It's not really gonna favor it or anything. But as far as the fire buttons, both of them are easy to find, both of them are clicky enough, and both of them seem to work fine. So in regards to fire buttons, I'm gonna say a draw. All right, people, I got my trusty Note 8. I just picked up the Note 8 here recently because I can take notes and things like this, and I got everything written down on what we did here. Also, I did start another channel. I haven't put anything up on it yet, but it is called Inappropriate Tech Reviews. One of my first videos is gonna be talking about stuff on the Note 8, so stay tuned for that. That'll be cool. But let's go ahead and tally everything up here. Draw, Smoant, Cuboid, Smoant. Fuck. Well, people, after tallying everything up, it looks like it's a draw. This is a perfect example of when democracy has failed us. Now, it's a draw. It's a draw. After looking at everything, the scores even out with the draws and everything else. I gotta say it's a draw. So really, people, in regards to which one you want to get based on features and options and everything, it's gonna come down to you, depending on which one you like more based on what I just told you, or based on what you like to look of more. I don't know. I guess it was a fucking draw. It wasn't a battle to the death. Son of a bitch. This is fine. This is still fine. We're gonna make up for it right now, starting with the torture test. Are you people ready? Okay, people, I am now at the park, at the playground of the park. And I figured this would be a good place to do some testing. And fucking I didn't bring another battery with me. This motherfucker's gonna die. I got another camera with me though, it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing started. And I know a lot of people might be thinking, oh, but Twisted, it's so stupid. Let me tell you, this is nowhere near as stupid as doing a review on e-liquid that comes in a soda can, okay? Okay, people, first thing I wanna show you, these screens are basically in perfect condition. We're gonna see who has the better glass here, and we're gonna start with the scratch test. Okay, people, just after I filmed that last part, I did actually drop this guy on accident. So I guess you could say that the party has already fucking started. You know, I wish they still made slides out of metal. It would make this test a lot easier. And I'm obviously not climbing my big ass up any of this, so we're gonna go to one of these little slides. I'm gonna put some dirt in it, and we're gonna slide both mods face down through the slide and see what happens. All right, some of these random wood clippings and dirt and stuff should do it. We'll go ahead and set her up real nice. All right, looking pretty good here. I'm leaving batteries in for all these tests. I figured it'd be the right way. Well, I just wiped it off, and that son of a bitch looks immaculate. We might have to get some knives and other shit for this test, but let's go ahead and send the other one down. All right, face first you go, buddy. It missed all the dirt. It missed all the dirt. There we go. I just frazzled the dirt up a little bit more to make sure that it actually gets contact this time. All right, let's try that again. We might try the Joyetech again also. I mean, there's a few fine scratches at the bottom. They're going to be hard to pick up on camera. But I'm going to send the Joyetech through again one more time just to make sure, since I spread everything out. But there is light scratching at the bottom. There's going to be a lot worse pretty soon. Okay, people, we're going to try a nice little drop test real quick. We're going to go from about 4 feet high. We're going to do face down, batteries in, everything good. Let's see what happens. Damn, that thing sounds like a brick. Okay, we got a couple of gouges, which this was already dropped, so it's not a big deal, but that did not affect anything else. Let's go ahead and drop the Smoant from about 5 feet. Okay, people, Smoant, same thing. We're gonna do a drop. Oh yeah, that back came off real nice. Okay, people, a battery popped out. Let me go ahead and pop that back in. That looks good. Ruh-roh. Looks like we cracked the screen real nice. It all depends on how it falls, man. But let's see, does it still work? Everything seems to be fine. Everything seems still work fine. Okay, all right, so that's a drop test. You know, let's take it up. Let's drop it from about 10 feet on both of them. Okay, people, we're gonna try even higher up for the Joyetech this time, face down. Let's see if it works out. All right, people, we got our first crack on the Joyetech right here in the corner. To hit that corner pretty nice. Kind of shot across the screen. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and do the Smoant. Okay, people, we're going to do the Smoant. Since this side is cracked, we're going to drop it on this back. This is about 6 feet up, and let's go. Okay, people, here's the back of the Smoant. I'd say it's pretty butthurt in its current state, but everything still works. Both of them still work. Okay, people, it's time to ratchet things up a notch. Man, you ever bled for a review? I bet some of these other so-called reviewers haven't. That's real shit right there. Nah, I'm just kidding. Now, people, the thought of running these things over did cross my mind. But then again, we are dealing with a bunch of glass, so I have another idea. Bicycle tires are much cheaper than car tires. Okay, people, here are the rears of the mods, and here are the fronts. The Joyetech did not like being ran over. Look at this fucker still working. Oh yeah, I turned it off. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, people, the Joyetech is still lit up, but it looks like the digitizer has chunked the deuce out. Wait, I didn't talk to you, Google. What the fuck? But as you can see, the Smoant's still going. Now let's see if either one of them still vape. This fucking Smoant has been to hell and back. Let's see.
Here's some results from the web.
I'm not talking to you, Google. What the fuck is that about? Anyway, let's see what happens. I'm a little nervous. Oh, it's got dirt off in the 510. I can hear it. It should be fine. Okay, let's see if she vapes. Holy shit. It still vapes, y'all. I can't believe it still works. Now I wonder, what would be the thing to do to make it not do that? Okay, people, before I try to kill the Smoant even further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little black recoil rebel right here. I'm going to screw it in to this 510 connection. Fuck, I keep cutting myself. I've cut myself like 87 times so far. And now, I'm going to use my old... Okay, that came off. But, I didn't know how good the seal was. We're going to try... Come on, put me in focus. Put me in focus. We're going to try to fuck up this 510. Let me knock it a few different directions. pretty strong guy, people. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that motherfucker is not budging. I'm sorry, Recoil Rebel. I probably should have used something else for this. Sorry, Grim. It'll be fine. That 510, that son of a bitch is in there. Well, let's see what's up with the Joyetech. Okay. Got her screwed in there good and tight. Fucking glass. And I'm out of focus too, son of a bitch. Hello, I'm right here. Let me knock it a little bit. I don't know what this does exactly. Maybe trying to bend the 510 thread or something. I don't know. But I wish there was a tool that could test 510 failures, but there isn't such a tool just yet. There probably is. You could probably rig one up. But with these fucking badass pliers and everything, I'm not getting that 510 out. I'm not getting it to warp. It's good. So there's that. Now on to killing the Charon. And for the record, people, on the Joyetech, even though the screen is still partially lit, you press the fire button, you ain't getting nothing out of that bad boy. All right, Charon, you tough son of a bitch. Something's got to kill you. Let's just... Battery came out. Let's see if it still works. Bro, this fucking thing just won't die. I can set it on fire, but you know, everything dies by fire. So I'm gonna give it one more chunk, and either way, it's gonna be the winner of this situation. We'll see if it vapes again after one good solid chunk. I'm gonna give it all I got. Well, not all I got. I don't want too big of a mess. Okay, it went pretty far. Okay, people, that was the last chunk I'm giving it. I'm gonna pop these batteries again. This motherfucker is tough, man. Let's see. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Let me see if it still vapes. All right, people. Let's see if she still vapes. Oh my God, the whole front, I could pull, I'll show you this in a second. Get the fuck out of here, man. Look at that. Look at that. Like the whole front glass is about to come out. I'll show you. I'm amazed this is still working. This is one of the toughest fucking touchscreen. You figure glass front and back, in which the Joyetech could have done better too maybe, but running over with the bike seemed to fuck it real good. Well, people, we have a winner. Look at that fucking thing. Look at it. The mods may have came to a draw, but the winner of the death match is the Smoant Charon. Leave a like for the video and shit. I usually don't ask people this, but this took a lot of work. I actually left the house. Yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos like this, comparisons, torture tests, and all that other good shit. And really, folks, that's what I got for you. Y'all stay sexy out there. I am out. That's fucking crazy.